Hey everybody, it's Dr. Jackson here. Thank you for joining us. Well, guys, as many of us know, the teaching business is becoming more challenging and difficult every single year. The challenges that we're facing have a new precedent every single year. The thing that I believe is really important for so many educators and for the millions of us worldwide is to always remember why we teach and why we got into our field. Never to forget the importance of teaching. Society is very hard on teachers. The government, they try to cut our pay. They try to do things to us. But the thing is, the reality is that teaching is the most important profession in the free world. I mean, everybody had a teacher, bad and good, and there's no way around it. The thing that we've got to always recognize is this mission is a precious calling, and we can never forsake it. We can never forget why we teach, irregardless of what happens and what kind of craziness is going on. We got to remember why we teach. So I'm going to give you the 7 tested and tried and true reasons why we teach, why we chose this path. Number 1 is that we teach to save lives. You have to understand, for kids who from certain backgrounds, education is all they got. Education is their tool to save their life. Kids coming out of these inner cities, these tough areas where kids are getting killed, just around the country, Chicago and LA and Detroit, Baltimore, Grand Rapids, Indiana, these some very rough places. Education is their only ticket. And we see a kid who loses his life, in some foolishness. He's on his way to try to get to college. Going to college gets him out of a neighborhood, gets him out of a situation. We teach to save lives. The education that we give and we have saves lives. It's no way around that. And that is something that teachers have to cannot take that for granted. It's not just, if he doesn't get it, no big deal. No, that's why we got to give the extra effort, because the education is a tool that can save a life. Number 2, we teach to empower destinies. That means, people, it's like their destinies in our hand in that classroom. It's like we are dream builders. Just like when a young person's in our classroom, it's like we are doing surgery on them in the way they think and what they believe is possible. And not until you have a teacher that lets you know that it's possible, you won't go for it. Teachers give that gas to that dream when you want to be a doctor, you want to be the governor, the president, a CEO, and you tell that to your teacher, and your teacher inspires and shows you the pathway to get that. That's what we teach, to empower destinies. We teach to give people hope. We teach to give people something they didn't have, something they don't have, and that's hope. And that's what an education does. That's what a teacher does for a student. We teach to build strong families. We are building the families of these young people in our very classrooms. There's a husband, there's a father, and they are really leaning on us. Because there's so much fallout from the family, they're really leaning on us. We are role models. We are role models. It's like we are mentors. The teacher is a mentor. Really is a mentor, and it's not like something you got to set up a mentoring program. You are a literal role model. They're watching how you live. They're watching your views on life. They're watching how you conduct yourself. And it's never something, we cannot take that for granted. It's a serious thing, because they don't have those models. They just don't. And it becomes us. They're spending 6 to 7 to 8 hours with us a day. So we're building strong families. You got a father in your classroom. You got a mother, a wife in your classroom. So, you got to watch, how you're letting them grow and develop. We teach to build strong families. The families falling apart because the schools are falling apart. We won't take a stand. We letting it go. Oh, well, you got to do what you want. Listen, guys, if having babies, you're not married, and you're a teenager, and that's going to oppress your future economically, why would we just let kids just think that's the way? Come on, guys. Come on. That's just not ethical. We can't do that. We teach to build strong families. Strong families comes out of schools and the things that we put forth. Number 4, we teach to make taxpayers. Think about it. Bottom line, these kids got to graduate and go get a job, go start a business and pay some taxes, period. That's our job. The reason why the government gets so mad at us because we're not doing our job. You know, they're not getting taxpayers when kids are not graduating. You know, they can't, who's going to pay tax? So we got to put kids out here who pay tax, period. We got to put kids out here to pay tax. That's why we teach. That's why. None of us will feel good about if we said one of our students came to us 10 years later, and you asked them, first thing you ask, what are you doing with yourself now? And they say, well, you know, I'm not working right now. You're going to look like, man, you loser. I said it and I meant it. And you know it. We're teachers. We want to know our kids are doing good. And they say, I'm working at GM. I'm working at Chrysler. Like, okay, good. That's good to hear. Number 5, we teach to keep adults and youth out of prison. We stop crime. When we give education as an option and a young person takes it, we decrease crime. We stop the home invasions. We stop the carjackings. When we give them an option and we win, we stop crime. When we can send a kid to college and not to prison, we win. That's why we teach, to give them that opportunity, to give them that option, to show them, listen, it's a different way, a different path. You can do that this way. And that's why we do what we do. We stop crime. Teachers stop crime. Without teachers, man, this place is out of control. Teachers are the only thing keeping this thing together. Yep, sports gets credit, but let me tell you, that classroom gets the credit because that's why we teach. Because we keep adults and young people out of prison, out of criminal situations, because their education and mind development tells them, I have another opportunity. We teach for our families. I believe every educator has to vicariously know that when we're investing in these young people and their families, it's like it's sowing a seed. And it's sowing a seed that stays with us for the rest of our life. You know, I'm very cognizant of how I work with young people. You know, I taught college this last year, and man, I was careful to give those kids the best I had because I recognize that it's a seed. I'm going out to touch and impact 100,000 kids this year to make sure they graduate. And it weighs heavy on me, the fact that my work is a seed and that my family benefits from that in terms of the good that comes back to me, the synergy that comes back into my life, you know, from goodwill putting in the earth. And you got to know, you never want to be the teacher that put bad will in the earth and screwed over a kid. You know, you got to be cognizant of that. Your family will reap what you've put in the earth. And so I want to be a teacher who put good in the earth. And the reasons we teach is for our family, for a foundation in our life. And number 7, we teach for profit and prosperity. Now the rap has been out here that, you know, we don't teach for money. There's no money in teaching. Well, there's no truth to that. That's just total ignorance. If you're not profiting as a teacher, you're not profiting as an educator, then it's clearly error on your part. Man, listen, we've got everything we need. We can read, write, and we have access to infinite information. Are you telling me you can't figure out and learn how to use your precious gift as an educator to make an extra $40,000 a month for your income? Learn how to go teach college, be a tutor, start a tutoring business, do something in the summer to raise $30,000 for yourself. Are you telling me you don't have that ability as a teacher and you can't use your teaching profession to raise capital and put you in a profitable and prosperous place? You gonna tell me that? No. We teach for profit. No teacher should be broke. No teacher should be short on their money. Are you gonna get that money from your job? No, that's your seed. But that seed is increased in wealth and creates opportunity for you. So it's up to you. It's up to you. It's up to us. For us to understand that teaching, we teach for profit. Teachers should be rich. And teachers can make themselves rich by using their brain, the same brain that they're trying to encourage their kids to use their brain to create resources and opportunities for themselves. We all have that responsibility, and that is the 7 reasons we teach for profit and prosperity. The thing is, teaching is honorable. Teaching is an honorable field. It's an honorable career, and it is our job to hold our profession at the highest level. I am on a mission to make sure, one, the kids respect education again. And then number 2, I'm going to make the world respect teachers again, because teaching is the most important profession in the world, and it has to be done right. It has to be done at a high level, at a high quality. These are the 7 reasons we teach: to save lives, empower destinies, build strong families, make taxpayers, keep adults and youth out of prison. Man, well, listen, hey, we stop crime. We do it for our family. It's just a seed that makes, it's a blessing in our family. It's like my wife always says, paying forward. It's like it pays for it. It's like you're doing something that'll be with you the rest of your life, and it's like it creates a wall of protection for your own kids. When you do right by other folks' kids, it's like good things happen for your own kids. It is my ambition to get this message in the ear space of 1 million teachers before the close of this school year, so they can know and be reminded of our precious mission: teaching to make a difference.